Alright, what's going on, guys? I am bringing you a 142-3 gameplay. I also end up picking up a nuclear in this. Pretty good gameplay, but that's pretty much all I really need to say about it. It's just going to be in the background. Let's get right into the commentary topic for today. Alright, so let's get started talking about UMG Dallas now. So UMG Dallas is going to be this Friday, August 22nd. So it's going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you know, typical event. I believe only Gfinities are like Saturday, Sunday. Every other event is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And it's going to be a normal event. It's not going to be like Anaheim, whereas, you know, Anaheim there was an open bracket and there was like a champ bracket or whatever. And then there was two separate winners. This is going to be everyone plays each other, and there's going to be one winner for the whole event. One thing I would like to point out is that EG will not be going, obviously, because of Damon. AKA Karma, obviously he had his kid and stuff, so they haven't really even been playing together and stuff. He's been, you know, focusing on that. So they're not going. Well, they're not going to compete. I don't know if any of them are going to spectate. I think Crim's also like in Europe or something. I don't know if he's on that right now or, you know, whatever the situation is. Anyways, EG won't be there, so I just wanted to get that out the way for anyone that was not aware. Anyways, so let's get into the predictions a little bit. They have released a bracket. If I remember, I'll link in the description. I probably won't, but just leave a comment or something if I forget, and I'll link it later on. But anyways, they released the bracket, and I'm pretty sure they seeded it by pro points. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they did. So anyways, so Optic Nation actually ended up taking the #1 seed. And pretty much, since they released the bracket, it's going to be a little bit easier for me to predict this tournament than it was of Gfinity. Gfinity was a pretty fluky tournament, especially considering it was single elimination. So I'm going to just go through each of the matchups, and that's pretty much it. So there's going to be 4 open bracket teams that make it into the champ bracket. Now the teams that are already guaranteed a spot in the champ bracket, I guess by the amount of pro points they have is how they determine that, is Optic Nation with the #1 seed. I'm going to just go 1 through, I think it's 16. No, it's 1 through 12, I think, and then 4 teams from the open bracket that make it through. So I'm going to just go down the 12 seeds, and that's how we'll start it out. So Optic Nation with #1, #2 is TK, #3 is Optic Gaming, #4 is FaZe, #5 is Envy, #6 is Denial, #7 is Curse, #8 is Most Wanted, #9 is SB, #10 is VQ. I'm not even sure who's on that team, to be honest. #11 is Vex, and #12 is Justice. Now, those are the top 12 seeds. Now, 4 teams are going to make it out of open bracket. I don't really know who. I can definitely say Rise will probably come out for sure. Maybe like Noble, Annex, and XGN or something. I don't know. Hard to predict that. I'm pretty sure they play best of 3s, so kind of annoying. Anyways, that's just a little simple prediction. It won't really matter. It won't really matter that much because pretty much all the teams in the champ bracket will be able to beat them. Anyways, so let's kind of go through prediction now. So Optic Nation with the #1 seed, they're going to play one of the teams coming out of open bracket. I don't see them having trouble with any of those teams. So they're definitely going to win their first round matchup. Now it's Most Wanted versus SB. I gave this one to Most Wanted simply because they have Spacely and Classic. And I feel like SB, I don't know, they just feel like they don't really play Ghost that much. It's Fizzerp, Fizzerp, Methods, John, someone else, I don't know. Stainville I think is their 4th. No one on that team even plays besides Fizzerp, I don't even think. And Fizzerp mainly plays S&D, so I don't know. I don't think they're going to be doing too much, so I gave that one to MW. Then we have FaZe versus another open bracket team. No idea who they're going to play, but I think FaZe should pretty much be able to beat anybody in the open bracket. Then we have Envy versus Justice. Pretty much 100% giving that to Envy. And then we have TK versus another open bracket team. Don't know who it's going to be. Giving that to TK, obviously. Then we have Curse versus VQ. I'm actually not even sure who is on VQ at the moment. Let me see if I can type it into Twitter. Oh, that's Chino, Sender, Slasher, Strife. Okay. Yeah, I'm giving that to Curse 100%. Even though they haven't been playing that well in the league. But, you know, that's online. Anyways. Optic Gaming versus an open bracket team, you know, to be determined. I'm giving that obviously to Optic. And then Denial versus Vex, I'm giving that to Denial. So that brings us to round 2. It's going to be Optic Nation versus Most Wanted. 100% Optic Nation should have no trouble with this. Now this next matchup is going to be really crazy. It's going to be FaZe versus Envy. Now, I know Envy won the last tournament, but here's the thing. They went to, you know, Europe or whatever for like a month. They just came back. And I think they're going to have 3 days of practice together before this event, and it's not only 3 days of practice. 3 days, they literally went a month without even touching an Xbox controller, and I just don't, they're not going to be on the same level they were at Gfinity, just simply for that reason alone. So I'm going to give it to FaZe, because FaZe has been home, they've been grinding. You know, they played really well at Gfinity, so I'm assuming they only got better since then. So I'm going to give it to FaZe on this one, simply for those reasons alone, even though Envy won the last LAN event. We have TK versus Curse, giving it to TK. Optic Gaming versus Denial. Denial's good, but Denial's like, I don't know, they seem like an individually stacked team. I don't know how much teamwork they're going to have. You know, they have Zuma, Study, Saints, and Replays. So, I don't know, like, Saints, Zuma, and Study are all pretty good. Replays, you know, he got that OBJ for them. I don't know. I don't think they're going to have much teamwork, and obviously they're playing Optic Gaming, so if Optic Gaming shows up to their full potential, they're probably going to win this event. But anyways, so, moving on, we got Optic Nation versus FaZe. Now, this one, I don't know what to predict on this one. I'm going to give it to Optic Nation. I'm going to give Optic Nation the benefit of the doubt, but I easily can see FaZe taking this as well. But I'm going to give it to ON, but FaZe easily. Like, this is like 50-50, honestly, who could win that. And the other one is TK versus Optic Gaming. I'm giving it to Optic Gaming. It seems that TK, I don't think they can beat Optic. They seem to beat EG a lot recently, but they can't beat Optic. I know they lost to Optic at X Games, so as long as Proofy doesn't have a terrible event like he did at Anaheim, pretty much Optic should win that matchup. So that actually leads to an Optic Nation versus Optic Gaming semifinals, which would be absolutely insane. I don't know how to. I'm gonna give it to Optic Gaming, man. I truly think as long as Proofy doesn't have a terrible, like one of the worst events I've ever seen out of any pro. I think he had a 0.6 KD. Like that's pretty much like the worst I've ever seen out of someone of, you know, his caliber. He should never be playing like that. So as long as he doesn't do that again, I got Optic Gaming going into the grand finals. And who they're gonna play, now this is where it gets kind of interesting. Pretty much, I think in the losers bracket finals, it's gonna be FaZe. No, losers bracket semifinals. It's gonna be FaZe versus Envy. Now, or no, yeah, semifinals. Now I think by that time, I want to say that. Nah, man, I just can't do it. Envy, I have no hope in them because they really didn't practice. So I'm gonna say FaZe once again. So I'm gonna say FaZe versus Optic Nation in the losers finals, determining who goes back up into the finals. And I think at that point, I think once Optic Nation loses, they kind of get down on themselves and they won't win after that. So I think FaZe beats Optic Nation in the losers finals, goes back up into the grand finals to play Optic. So it's gonna be a FaZe versus Optic final, and I got Optic winning that. So I don't know. I think I don't know how accurate this is, but I just see that's how it's gonna play out. You know, the only few things I could see going differently is one is if Envy plays up to the same caliber they did at Gfinity, or if TK plays extremely well, which they have the capability of doing, or even if FaZe could win it as well. The 4 teams I think could win it is, well, actually, I guess 5 teams really have a shot at winning it, and that's going to be Optic Nation, FaZe, Envy, TK, and Optic Gaming. Those are the 5 teams I think any 5 of them, any one of those 5 could win. Anybody else, I don't really see them having a shot. Like Denial, I don't really think so. You know, who else? Really, Denial's like, I don't, Curse, no, I don't see Curse having a shot, really. I don't see, you know, any of the open bracket teams, really. You know, Rise, I'm actually curious to see how Rise does. You know, they got that #1 seed in the online, so we'll have to see how they do at this LAN. But anyways, that's pretty much it for my predictions video. I got Optic, man. I think this is one of the few times I'm actually going to predict Optic to win. We'll see what happens. Yeah, this Friday. So I'm sure you guys will see the streams all over. It'll probably be on MOG, I believe. I don't know. Probably on MOG TV, I don't know. But I'm sure you guys will see the streams everywhere. But that's pretty much it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already. Follow me on Twitter. Links in the description down below. Other than that, have a good day. Peace out.